Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordant and we are back for some more Pathfinder Kingmaker on Last Azlanti and Unfair. We have progressed our quest enough that the next step is to actually go to Pitax. We're gonna do a lot of stuff in Pitax. We're gonna have to advance this quest, War of the River Kings. We're gonna advance the River's Justice. We also have a Bard's Calling there as well. Also, Iborn at Heart for Octavia. Pardon me. Although I think that these two are only gonna happen a little bit after this, but we'll see. So let's go. We're gonna take the dream team. Lindsay says she wants to come with us, but she's not gonna come right now. So yeah, Valerie, Gongard, Knock Knock, Cordon Pina, myself, and Juby. Let's go. And we're gonna have to speak with a bunch of people in Pitax before we can actually start on the more fighty side of things. Fireball. Okay, so we want to go to Pitax. That the closest way would be... well, probably from this one, I think. Okay, so Direberg. 14 hours. Let's go. Approaching the city, we found the gates wide open. There was no one there to greet us. So I will want to buff my diplomacy or my persuasion as high as possible, because we're gonna have to try and convince a lot of people here to join our side. I am currently at... oof. Okay, I already have a plus 46 with the mesmerizing robe. And this should even just be enough for everything. Okay. In any case, let's get Good Hope going. So we are now at 48. I think this is enough, honestly. Even if it isn't, what else would I give him to improve it? We have circumstance, we have morale, we have competence. I could give him greater heroism, which would imply drinking a potion. And I can give him the Blessing of the Faithful. Okay, that would be enough, I think. Let's first explore. I think there also are some hidden things around the area. Let me see if I can find them.
Without a doubt. I am yours to command.
So just walk around. Chest. Chest. Box. Chest. I'm pretty sure one of these is trapped. I am pretty sure. And I failed to find it, which means we might have some trouble here. Okay, but overall I think we searched everything in the area. Let's see what we have. And also, I'm going to give Knock Knock the Castigator Cloak. Yeah, because we were going to need him to be as deadly as possible in combat. And I also want to give him, at least for right now, the Trap Springer's Gloves. Because I think we're gonna have to deal with some traps here and some... what's the word? Locks.
Get it without breaking it.
But yeah, I'm pretty certain there's gonna be a nasty trap around here. Take Death Ward, because I think it's a Finger of Death. Let me see if I'm right or wrong. I think it's over here. This one, maybe? Yeah, I had the idea, and I was right. Difficulty class 35, yeah, he died. Well, it's fine. Well, it's not fine, but we can sort it out. At least the trap is disarmed now, I think. Okay, so you're back.
I will not falter.
Let's make sure it's disarmed. Come on.
Me?
Okay, good. Ring of Law. Difficulty class 40. Let me just heal him. You know what?
Not ears. With ears.
There has to be a reason for me to carry around potions of healing, so... Whoops. Drink them. Okay. So what we got was... Ring of Law, +4 deflection bonus to AC, immunity to confusion and fear. I do like that. I do like that a lot. I'm thinking either myself or Valerie. For Valerie, it's a very easy swap. We just swap it for the Ring of Protection. For me, I swap it for the Ring of Luck. But I get deflection from here. She doesn't. Okay, I guess you win. You take that. And this one can go, for example, for... Is nobody else using a Ring of Deflection? No, they're not. Okay. Interesting. We have the Ring of Chaos and we have the Ring of Law. Alright. So I think now I'm gonna start speaking with... actually, any other chests? Yes, there is. Over there.
I did it.
And just imagine if your main character was the one disarming traps and you would just end the run right there. It's not pleasant. It is not pleasant. Alright, so
I stand ready.
I'm gonna buff with Blessing of the Faithful Long my main character,
I need to concentrate.
which would place us at 50 persuasion. And let's start speaking with people. So Irse Khaleesi is the leader of the guard, if I remember correctly. Good day, Your Highness, for the moment at least. I didn't expect you to show your face here. Will you allow me to give you a piece of advice? What advice do you want to give me? There are two possibilities. Either you've come to surrender to Irovetti hoping for his mercy, or you're here to start a bloodbath in the streets, thinking that my guard won't stop you. My advice is the same in either case. Run. Perhaps what I have to say will make you change your mind. Perhaps, but I wouldn't count on that. Diplomacy. I know it's a city you are loyal to, not the king or his cronies. Well, I am your only chance of saving Pitax from the Thieves Guild or the drug trade. Our other options are... We could tell him that a pirate gang led by her worked for Irovetti. We can basically give him a lot of proof that Irovetti is evil. But I want the experience here. I will check in the wiki if I should have any of these options first. But I think I'm fine just going for this. But let me just check. No, it's actually more intricate than that. I think you can only convince him if you mention monsters or if you pass the check. Other options will fail. And I think you only have one try. So let's go for this one, obviously. A lot of experience also. For some reason I believe you. Fine. I only pray this won't be the biggest mistake of my life. If you fight Irovetti, the city guard will be on your side, but you didn't hear this from me. Now go before someone hears us. Okay, so one guy down.
My destination.
I think this guy you can never convince. So, we reach the climax of your tale at last. Admitting his failure, the brave but alas inept ruler delivers his crown into the hands of his wise old friend. At least that's how they'll write about it in the chronicles, and we both know that's the only thing that matters. You aren't the first and you won't be the last, to lose all you possess to my master. But I must admit, you were a worthy adversary. I'll try it. If you knew what I know, you wouldn't stay loyal to the very long. Let me tell you something. Don't waste your breath. I already know everything that you know, and more besides. You can't convince me to join you with flattery or threats, or any shocking scandal. Okay, so yeah. I'll just go for I have to go. Go now, my king is waiting. So this guy will never join us.
Without a doubt.
Loot.
Did it without breaking
Thank
it.
you. We have Gaspere Liasenza here. Do I still have my buff? I do. There you are. Your Highness, Irovetti is expecting you to bend the knee, but I suspect you have other plans. Must be hard doing business in a place called Pitax. Gaspere chuckles. Don't think you're the first to come up with that pun. I've even heard it. It's one of Irovetti's favorites. And I suppose Castruccio, Irovetti's least favorite joke, is the one about his name? Exactly. It's a gold mine of jokes. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you will persuade the trade house to join the rebellion. I'm all ears. I'm gonna make sure I'm having the right choice, but if I had to bet, I would guess this would be the one that would do it. All the members of old families kidnapped by Irovetti are dead. Their bones lie at the bottom of the underground pond at White Rose Abbey. Okay, I'm just gonna check it out. Actually, the wiki just says he will give more help if I mention White Rose Abbey. I'm gonna start with that then. By the gods, this is unheard of. I will immediately dispatch my people to the Abbey and the other families. If this is true, then Irovetti will face blood vengeance from all the families. Okay, so I think we are done with him. This information we already know from the Rushlight tournament. Okay, so this guy is also sorted. All of them will join our cause. Good. Anybody else over here? No. So we want to go to another place in Pitax. We don't want to go to the palace just yet. There's something over here. And we can reach other areas through here. Okay, good. So I can start the academy.
Focus on
Dre Yarns. There you are. Well, what kind of performance are we to expect today? The capitulation of King Cordant in face of the luminous Irovetti, or something else? If I oppose him, will you support me? Why? Irovetti prays to Calistria himself and donates generously to the temple. With him in charge, the city has become much more cheerful than it used to be. Why would I wish to see him deposed? Okay, so again, we have diplomacy check here. We can tell him that the families are dead. I think I always want to go for this, but again, I'm gonna make sure I'm doing the right choice. Okay, so again, there's a little bit more to say about this. Even though a lot of these options are true, he will only give you a single chance to get it right. And basically, I think, even if you mention White Rose Abbey, he's gonna get upset. I think you can mention the Darker Impulses. And I think that's all, because anything else I think is gonna fail. So we're gonna go for this one. To avenge all the lives he's trampled. Revenge! Oh yes. The goddess is patient, but sooner or later the bill must come due. The savored sting allows much, Calistria, but what he's doing is unacceptable. I'm ashamed of accepting money tainted by his dirty crimes. I shall wash my hands in his blood. Go now and carry out your plan. We shouldn't be seen together, there are spies everywhere. Okay, so one more on our side. Amar. Weren't you the guy that... Yeah, this is for the quest. Because he deceived us. Gone is the confident and well-groomed playwright who approached you at the Rushlight tournament. Amar the Shams, who sent you to defeat the river pirates, is pale and wan, as though he had not slept for days. He shakily runs a hand through his hair as you approach. It's a terrible mistake, I owe you an apology, an explanation. He holds up a hand as if to request patience or ward off a blow. Walsh Selvaway, the magistrate, knows that I have a way with words. Wouldn't think that now that I'm stumbling over myself. He may be cruel, but he's devious. I think he wanted to test my loyalty and eliminate rivals at the same time, so he recruited me as a spy. It seemed natural, what with my husband in the guards. I couldn't just refuse. That would make me look like a threat to the state. The king's already putting the squeeze on the city guard hard enough, so that would threaten my Talwyn too. Now I've concocted a story to get you to attack someone on the pretense of piracy, knowing that it wasn't true. I'm our witness with shame. He doesn't look around. You need to get out of here before there's more trouble. I'm going to do what I can to make this right, though, faster than you can say. And... Renchara Vascari, cordoned, shouts an approaching woman, her voice silencing all of the other conversations for 100 feet. It is Renchara Vascari, who had overseen the convoy you attacked, and she proudly wears light blue clothing embroidered with the errant insignia of the River Song Trade House. You have the gall to show your face in Pitax after what you did to me, a brazen attack on this kingdom's river against one of its eminent trade houses, and now you gallivant about while snubbing justice. Several of her personal guards arrayed themselves behind her, watching grimly. At the same time, onlookers began gathering to see what's happening. You attacked my shipments, my family, and my crew members. More people join. Walsh Selvaway. Stand aside. Make way for the King's Magistrate. The Honourable Walsh Selvaway makes his way to the conversation with a squad of Pitax's guards in tow. Sergeant Talwyn Halmarian, keep the peace as I handle these miscreants. He tugs irritably on his sash before looking at you. As for you, it is convenient that you have spared us the trouble of arresting you for sentencing. How dare you show your face in Pitax after launching an unprovoked attack on the River Song Trade House, lifeblood of our city and pride of our kingdom? You have slain our people and threatened the prosperity of every citizen gathered here. It was not his fault, declares Amar as he steps forward. I accept responsibility for... The magistrate interrupts. Listen, now this villain has begun poisoning the minds of our people, using doubt and venom to make us see ourselves as fiends when the mastermind stands before us. He points accusingly at you. Yes, proud citizens of Pitax. From this foreign miscreant stems all of these hills. Sergeant Talwyn seems baffled by what's happening, looking for guidance from Aymar. The latter looks back with sad resolve. But we are a civilized and high-minded people, declares Walsh Selvaway. Let us hear from the accused. Smugly, he turns to you and awaits your response. Now, I believe the only option you have here to get out of this well is with the lawful good option. But, as usual, I'm gonna double check. Okay, so yeah, on this one, basically, we want to go for lawful good. I am innocent, I refute your accusations. A cruel sneer cracks Judge Selvaway's face. Ah, the red-headed criminal questions the judicial system. Very well, how do you refute the state's accusations? Okay, I thought I was gonna get a skill check here. Well, the wiki doesn't say much about this one, so I guess I'm gonna try and use common sense. The playwright Amar the Shams asked me to attack the Vascari convoy, though he misinformed me about my target's identity. You told me of the so-called pirates Judge Selvaway. What could you have to gain by painting your own people as outlaws? And you warned Renchala Vascari of an impending attack, not from pirates but from me. It's as though you had hoped I would attack her and incriminate myself. Okay, so all these are true. I'll start with this one, aiming at him. Of course I warned against pirates. Judge Selvaway responds indignantly. King Irovetti's soldiers patrol our territory to ensure the safety of all, yet there are those who would exploit the river freedoms to attack our merchants. He looks at you for a moment before turning to crowd. Clearly, our king was right to worry about foreign powers preying upon our people. Although the crowd still seems moved by Judge Selvaway's rhetoric, a muttering minority begins questioning his narrative. Now, I would imagine that if I present further proof from these here, I think it's gonna lower the difficulty class of this check, but I actually don't want to lower it. I want it as high as possible to get the most experience I can. I've presented my evidence. Surely now the people can see that I'm not guilty. Do not forget that Pitax is a land of law and justice, the king's justice. As appointed magistrate and defender of the people, it is my job to declare you guilty. Judge Selvaway sneers in grim triumph before staggering back at the crowd's outburst. Clearly he was hoping for the grudging support of the outlookers. Rather than hate you for attacking the Vascari convoy, most people present seem to sympathize with you and blame Walsh Selvaway for framing you. He tugs at his sash so hard it nearly tears before spinning to leave. Now, do I want to attack him or run? I think I want to attack him. I think I'm gonna attack him. You will not escape that easy. And we have a fight. We are not buffed, but I feel like this shouldn't be too much of an issue, because these guys are gonna help us. So everybody back up. My leopard can start biting people. Ow, bitch. And I'm gonna toss a controlled fireball. You can start dropping people with that. Cordon Pina can start shooting. And you three can start working on these guys over here. Ow. Okay, I think that guy went down. These guys are about to go down. I will quicken and... Yeah, sure. I think a lot of people died there. Amar seems unable to find the right words to say. I was at fault. I was ready to accept the blame, but you never blamed me for anything. I don't understand. But I'm grateful. You could have abandoned me to suffer for my wrongdoings, yet you shielded me. I won't forget this. Sergeant Talwyn approaches and puts a comforting hand on his husband's shoulder. I don't understand all of what just happened, he admits. He gives Aymar a scolding look before adding, but I'm sure my husband will be happy to explain it to me later. I can tell that he was in trouble and you stepped in to protect him where I might not have been able. I appreciate that so much, and I want you to know that we, the guards, are outraged with King Irovetti and his ever crueler policies. I think Walsh might have wanted to provoke me to revolt and use it against the guard. Anyway, please take this. Before I donned the uniform of Pitax, I wore this as a sellsword. Okay, cool. Those guys actually hit quite hard. As Aymar and Talwyn depart, Renchala approaches you. I would be overjoyed if not the deaths of my people. However, thanks to you, justice was served. This makes us even. She gives you a shallow bow and then departs for the docks. Okay. So this quest is done. Kitty Cat, how are you? You are injured. You are badly injured. I think I have to start using this second row as well. I hate having this open, but I think I have to do it. Okay, this goes there. Ah. I will have to touch my mod to kind of have these two buffs applied always. And I kind of want Waves of Ecstasy in a place that I can see it a little bit better. Like, for example, here. Why is this on 0? Ah, because I'm dumb. Because I removed it. That's right. I also have this here, but I usually have Breath of Life. Okay, that's right. Check out the loot. Ooh, kukris, really? They will not be better than what Knock Knock has, but I'm still curious. Don't think this matters, right? Swift Injustice, a +4 kukri. Deals additional 2 damage to helpless targets. That's actually interesting. But again, it's not going to be better than what Knock Knock has. Talwyn's armor. Medium armor plus 4. This plus 4 chainmail grants wearer protection from critical hits and sneak attack. What? Whenever such attack would be scored on the wearer, it with a 50% chance is negated and the attack only deals normal damage. Okay. That's actually quite nice. I think I want that. Being able to negate crits, I think is going to be quite lovely. Mine allows a plus 3 from dexterity, which means I'm going to lose 1 AC, right? Yeah. I'll keep mine then, whatever. It might be the wrong choice, but I'm gonna keep mine. Let's equip your healing helmet. I actually want this, right? I think I will probably just rest before I actually go for any kind of difficult fight. You are almost there. Good enough. Okay, that's one more thing sorted. Atalia Gitterin. I can just use a short one, I think.
I'm up for an adventure.
So, you've come to give your crown to Irovetti after all. Don't you worry, His Highness will take good care of your lands. So, for this lady, what are the choices? Okay, so apparently for her, we don't want to mention the bards on Littletown, and we can only convince her with the lawful good option. So, if you knew what I know about Irovetti's business, you wouldn't be serving him. Really? And what do you know? Oh, what? I am not sure if, Well, let's go for this one. All the families of old family, members of old families kidnapped by Irovetti are dead. Their bones lie at the bottom of the underground pond at White Rose Abbey. I suspected as much, but the war between the Irovetti and the trade houses doesn't concern me or my students. The academy hasn't been founded by the old families. I'm not beholden to them. Okay. So, I have proof that Irovetti intentionally bred monsters. Atalia shrugs. So, if Irovetti uses monsters instead of soldiers, then fewer soldiers will die in battle. I think it's a wonderful idea. I think you're a moron. A pirate gang led by Laura Nusky worked for Irovetti. So what? This is Pitax. Every other person here is connected to pirates in some way or another. Really? What am I missing then? Ah, I have to go with this one. Irovetti is a dirtbag and you know it. Aren't you disgusted to work for him? I would lie if I told you I've never had to compromise my conscience. But the good he does for the city and my students is incomparably greater than the harm. Irovetti is no role model, but he created the academy. And in merely doing that, he's atoned for a great many of his wrongdoings. And I, as head of the academy, have a chance to further diminish the evil he does. But yeah, now we have the lawful option. It's easy to do good when someone else is paying for it. You know the price your students pay for the academy, but you look the other way so you can keep playing your loot in peace. Atalia covers her face with her hands. You are right. No matter how wonderful the art created the academy may be, all of it is tainted by Irovetti's crimes. Come what may, if you stand against Irovetti, I shall bring the students of the streets on your side. I only pray to Shallow that you are more merciful than he is. And now you must leave. We cannot be seen together. So, one more person on our side. We still have a few more to go. But I think this clears out the academy. Wait, Bellavara is here? Oh, she is. And Bellavara, the most celebrated of all Pitaxian bards, approaches you with a sweet smile. Just listen to her. Imagine, loyal to her king for so many years, but when his throne starts to wobble, her conscience magically wakes up. Okay, so for you, what's the right option? Okay. Apparently this one will always help us. You seem to really hate Irovetti, why is that? For the same reason he is hated by every Pitaxian girl or boy unlucky enough to catch that stinking pig's eye. He doesn't take no for an answer. The whole city is his personal harem. And by the way, she only appears if you give the lawful option on the other lady, or if you mention Littletown, I think. When he failed to seduce me, he tried to buy me. And when he failed to buy me, he tried taking me by force. When he failed at that too, he tried to put a spell on me using a strange artifact. Praise Callisto, the magic didn't work, but I swear by the goddess, what I wouldn't give to have my revenge. For myself or for countless others less fortunate. What artifact? I don't know. It was like a piece of driftwood, or perhaps a wooden sword. It's the second time we've heard this. I really don't want to talk about it, forgive me. But in a nutshell, the pig invited me to another romantic dinner, snuck up on me from behind and poked me in the back with his stick. I don't know what he expected, but it didn't work. I immediately realized he was trying to put a spell on me, and I was consumed by such rage as I've never felt in my whole life. I'm ashamed to recall the scene I made. I screamed, flipped over the table, splashed him with wine. You know what? I'm not ashamed at all. The look of his unshaven snout dripping wine, it's my only pleasant memory of the whole evening. Okay, so what do you want from me? I have a business proposal for you. Allow me to lead the rebellion of the Academy students against Irovetti. I'll handle it far better than this spineless old hag who hasn't touched a sword in her life. I will lead the bards to battle and I'll convince them that you are their patron, a true tower of strength. And in return, I ask that you keep the Academy open after you win the crown, and make me its new headmaster. Deal? Until now you served Irovetti loyally, working against me, just like Atalia. Why should I trust you now? There's no such thing as loyalty. I should know, after all. It was us, bards, who invented it. It's a fairy tale that rulers tell naive fools to make them work for free and die for someone else's interests, all with happy smiles on their faces. The deal I'm proposing puts me on the limb, not you. I rarely make such an offer. To do a job in advance without any guarantee on your part, aside from your word, of course. It's a terrible risk, but I'm ready to take it for a chance at revenge. You, on the other hand, risk nothing. Valerie chuckles. Loyalty was made up by bards, you say? I suppose those with the gift of weaving words often think themselves a master of hearts, but if they knew the true dangers of battle and the true price of loyalty and camaraderie, they would not sing of their power so confidently. But okay, sure, I will deal with you then. Deal. Help me rouse the bards to rebel against Irovetti and I'll make you the Academy's new headmaster. You're right to think we'd need such allies. Not everyone would have the guts to stake everything on revenge. You've got my respect, Maestro. May Calistria aid you. And Amedes smiles, pleased. Revenge is above justice, for he who renders justice serves everyone, but he who wreaks vengeance, just himself. What, you don't recognize it? It's from the Book of Joy, Our Lady's Sacred Scriptures. I'm not much of a reader, really. I studied Our Lady's teachings more firsthand, you could say. Also worthwhile. Well, may she not leave us when the storm strikes. You won't regret this. We shall meet you in front of the palace, and now I must speak with the students. Alright, so one more in our favor. Now we go for the docks. The port, sorry. We have a merchant. What do you have, Mr. Merchant? The Path of Splendid Glory. Okay.
Focus on the goal.
We have Karn Viril over there, and we want to talk to him. I think there's also some stuff here to...
My destination.
46 difficulty class, holy crap. I think we found something, I don't know what though. I think there will be a trap in a chest somewhere here and also a trickery check that I would like to pass.
This requires attention.
Let's get a Song of Competence and see if we can find things. And actually, you know what? I think it's a fire trap. I'm pretty sure it's a fire trap.
I stand ready.
I will guide.
Am I wrong? I think it's like a firestorm.
Here.
I wonder if I missed...
My destination.
Ah, there we go. Trapped. Okay. So let's back up. Knock knock.
Listening as hard as I can.
Let's see if you die again. Let's make sure he actually has the proper buffs here. Just take this. You are at... I kind of want a little bit more. Get over here. Or actually just drink a potion, honestly. Let's just drink a potion of heroism. Which I should have plenty of, right? There you go. Okay, I gotta buff this again. Good.
I did.
Good. 50 DC on the trap and 48 DC on the lock. Okay, these were no joke. I could have buffed higher with the mutagen and reduced person. I honestly didn't expect this to be so high. What did we get? River Fox's Memento Pendant. The wearer of this pendant gains a +5 competence bonus on all mobility and trickery checks and deals an additional 1d6 damage to all flanked opponents, denying their opponent's dexterity bonuses per sneak attack. This damage is also increased by an additional 3d6 against targets that aren't in combat. What? Targets that aren't in combat? That's very odd. Well, I guess if I open up the fight with, let's say, a chain lightning, this could maybe work. But it says flanked. You can't really flank people out of combat. How do you compare? It's a +4 to trickery instead of... No, it's actually an untyped, so it's better. More sneak attack damage, so 2d6. Yeah, okay. So, no, thank you. Is there a trick that I'm missing with this? I don't think there is, right? That aren't in combat. Let me check the wiki for this. Okay, so I kind of googled a little bit, and it seems like... some people are saying that aren't in combat could count as something like paralyzed or unconscious or something. I'm not sure if that's true, because they should still be in combat, but maybe there's a use for this that I'm kind of not seeing that well. But for the time being, I think I'll just... I can give it to someone like you, for example, right? You have this, but you also have bark skin all the time. Okay, I'll try it on him, though. I'll try it on him. We got this done. I also feel like a difficulty class of 50 and 48 should give a little bit more than 720, but... oh well. So, Karn Vril.
Knowledge is the key.
Let's once again buff up and speak with him. Gripping the handle of his dagger, the gnome sizes you up with his dim, shifty eyes. You! What are you doing here? We can't be seen together. Don't come any closer or I'll slit your throat. Listen to me. Actually, what is the good option here? Okay, so apparently you can only convince this guy if you mention the blood rush extract in Rushlight tournaments, which we did. Let's see the options. Listen to me. What can you say to me? I don't believe a single word you say. So you have an evil specific alignment option here. I can go for Intimidate, which I think I will, because it gives me the experience here. We can try and give him proof that Irovetti is evil. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Actually, I'm gonna check for you guys in case you want to know. But basically what the wiki says is you can convince him if you pass a check, if you use the evil only option, or if you mention Elora Nusky. These options would make him side with you. I'm gonna go for the experienced one, so listen carefully. I am going to the palace to gut Irovetti. What I do with you after that depends on whose side you fight on. Yeah, so another 46,000 experience. The gnome is shivering, his eyes shift and his teeth chatter. Finally, he nods. Good, good. The Thieves Guild's on your side. Now leave. There are spies everywhere, and don't even think you can trick me. My people are watching you. Alright, so one more on our side. And we are getting a lot of experience just by doing this, by the way. And I think that there should be someone else here.
Many roads to success.
Maybe inside? Let me check. Okay, so according to the wiki, I think there should be another person here. But maybe it's inside the bar. First Mate Weller, a dark-haired middle-aged man with a sailor's gait, trimmed beard and a grumpy face is blocking your way. So this is for a different quest, by the way. Sir, my name is Weller, and it is my honor to serve as first mate aboard a pirate ship called the Prestigious. I'd like to ask you for a favor. Help me save my merry crew of sea dogs from drowning in the bottoms of their bottles. Can I count on your help? Without you, my crew will drown in drunkenness and decadence. A pirate names himself such from the start, then has the audacity to ask for help. Life in the River Kingdoms is insane. They really need a change. Okay, so lawful evil, just kill them. Okay, so what's your problem? Weller grimly points to drunken pirates. There, our crew has placed an order. A wizard named Blakemore agreed to create a grimoire for us. A book. But more, a masterpiece of art. We're supposed to meet him at his tavern 2 or 3, well, several days ago. But he hasn't shown up. Worse, we have no idea where we should look for him. Blakemore is an extraordinary man full of amazing stories, but he's jealous of his solitude. In truth, if the whole crew stays here drinking, waiting for him for days upon days, and if it goes on like that, why, we'll lose our image as honest pirates. What respected client would want to hire us then? It's long past time for a set sail, but Captain Martin will hear nothing of it. He won't leave without the book. I need your help. I have to overthrow the captain and take command, but I'm not the most popular man in the crew. If Martin is like an amusing and irresponsible father for the sailors, I'm the strict mother ready to put a rolling pin to use. I need someone who can persuade the sailors to take my side. There aren't many who support me now, just those who want to fill our sails with southern winds. It's true, we live in an age of decline and decadence. I'd wager you're curious to what you'll stand to gain. I'll answer you. Robbing raids are a thing of the past for this ship and her crew. We'll dedicate ourselves to trading elite art pieces. This is a highly profitable business, and that's just as true for anyone drawing taxes from our vessel. If you help me, then after I become captain, I'll pursue this business under your banner. But this will only work if I'm captain. I can't speak for Martin. He's always preferred robbery over honest trade. Okay. I will check for this because there's also some metagaming here to get a lot of experience. So I want to make sure I do this in the right sequence. Okay, there's a lot to be said about this quest. I had to read a bunch about this. So I think the options here are kind of irrelevant. We basically just want to agree with this. Answer me this about Blakemore and the Grimoire. I'm going to tell you whatever you wish if it helps you to help us. Tell me about the Grimoire. Waller spits grimly. Not much to be told. It's a book, it's big and beautiful, covered with calligraphy. Knowing Blakemore, I'd bet it's full of magical surprises. But its main value lies in the perfection of the visual aesthetics. Waller smirks. I sound like an artist, don't I? As you can see, throughout the years I've become well versed in matters of art. I've practically grown to love it. Who is this Blakemore? I've heard many accounts and I don't believe any of them. Let's just say Blakemore is a living phenomenon. If you listen to him for 5 minutes, you'll hear the most impossible stories any dreamer's mind could ever produce. But at the same time, he's an extraordinarily gifted wizard and a skilled artist. I can attest that personally, I'm pleased to say. Okay, no more questions? So we'll talk later. I'm counting on you, fair winds. And we basically get the quest. Right. Okay, there's no quest for this? Okay, weird. So basically you have Mr. the captain over here, Captain Martin. We don't want to talk to him just yet. And I think we want to do this quest before,
Without a doubt.
well, before a main event happens in the game. I don't want to spoil it. Let me see. So I think we can get some experience here with this guy. If we pass a perception check.
My destination.
Let me see. You are at 34 perception, which is already quite good. So let's try and do this the best way possible. You go over there.
Wits about you.
Let us not hesitate.
We're gonna buff you.
I am
You are
yours
gonna
to
sing the
command.
song of competence.
I stand ready.
Buff yourself. Buff yourself.
Does anyone require my counsel?
I still have it. Let's talk to him. So a grim man with long brown hair and an unpleasant face is drinking in the corner alone. He doesn't seem to be pleased with your attention. What do you want, mister? Who are you? And who are you? I'm a pirate. A sailor on the prestigious. Just a sailor. Sailor Bloodmont, if it pleases you. Satisfied? What do you think of your stay ashore? Aha! We should never have relied on Blakemore's punctuality. He's a special person, that one, but never expect him to know what time it is. As for me, I don't care so long as there's enough beer. Perception check passed. Okay, nice. You talk about Blakemore with such confidence, do you know him well? Bloomon winces, realizing that he said more than he intended. By the Kraken! Okay, just stop yelling. Please lower your voice, mister, I'll tell you. But it's just between the two of us, okay? I was Blakemore's apprentice after I replaced his former servant, a deaf-mute kobold. I used to visit him. He even gave me the key to his hideout. But now some of them, mostly First Mate Weller, are angry with Blakemore. If they find out that I'm friends with him, they'll pay him a visit and take that stupid book. And Blakemore, he very much dislikes intrusions. Where does he live? And why should I tell you? Like I just said, Blakemore doesn't like guests. Okay, let me see if there's an order for this. I don't believe there is, so we're gonna go for the non-threatening one, because I will help you set sail again. Awesome, 61,000 experience. That's quite an offer. You rarely meet a stranger who cares so much about your own concerns. In the blink of an eye, the sailor pulls out a map and pokes it with his finger. It's here. Give me the key. This is my key. Why would I give it to you, O curious one? And once again, diplomacy, because you don't want to die of old age in this tavern. Blam! 61,000 more experience. That's an interesting argument. It's true, I prefer to die at sea. Bloomon gives you the key. Yeah, buddy, that's a lot. 128,000 experience right here. Or 22,000, sorry. Understood. Okay, you're a clever one, now can I take my pen in peace? Why are you sitting here alone? Because I don't need company, that's a hint in case you didn't notice. The sailor sighs heavily. Why is it that when a person drinks alone, everyone wants to join him? Over there, there's a whole crew of sailors eager to share their tales. Okay, so we can now just leave him. Ah, yes.
Give the order.
We got, I think for right now, everything we needed. I will just check the innkeeper is inside the bar. Okay. Can I even... Okay, I can't talk to you. A grumpy halfling tavern keeper says to you gloomily. His voice sounds indifferent as he recites his memorized greeting. Greetings from the best tavern in Pitax. How may I help you? How are you doing? Your guests behaving themselves? Has my good sir tragically lost his eyesight? Can't you see what's going on? The pirates will soon tear this tavern apart, board by board, and the guardsmen don't dare come in here. How are things going in the city? How can they go? King Irovetti rules, painters paint, sailors drink, travelers roam the streets, bards compose their trifles. Everyone finding something to do, all to avoid doing anything. Okay, so what about supplies? Welcome, if you got some coins in your pockets. Okay. Ooh. Wait, isn't this... I sold this stuff. Interesting. So who does this guy has the loot for? Because I'm guessing that this gear is being shared with other merchants. Maybe just unnamed merchants or innkeepers? Interesting. Do you have any kind of unique stuff? I don't think so. I think I might need this for the chocolate ice cream. Not sure. Okay, but nothing else special here. Well, take some more trash. Okay. So he's handled. And I think right now what we want to do, before advancing any more in Pitax, I think we want to go for this quest here, for the pirates. But that would involve leaving Pitax. Let me just check this again. Actually, for the route I'm gonna take, I think it's actually indifferent if I do this before the main quest or afterwards. Because basically there are two options here. You're gonna talk to this guy, Captain Martin. And basically what First Mate Weller told you, and I'm explaining this because this quest might get confusing for somebody, and I'm just telling you the best way to get as much as you can. The way to get the most experience, what you have to do is what I did, right? You talk to this guy, you agree with him, you agree to help him. Then you go for Bloodmond here. You want to make sure you pass the perception hidden check, because that was the only way you're gonna get the other two diplomacy options, which would account for 122,000 experience as we just got. And then, and again I will say this again, for the most experience, you would talk with Captain Martin, and you would convince him to relinquish his control over the pirates to the First Mate Weller. To do that, you have three separate checks. They're all gonna be diplomacy or intimidation at difficulty class of 45, which means 61,000 experience for each of those checks. So that's 183,000 experience, I think. So a lot. That's one way to go. But if you do that, you will basically just end the quest right here. The other option you have is, you talk to this guy, you get the experience from over here, then you go and look for this guy Blakemore, for which you picked up the key, right? So a key inscribed with letter B, written in a strange elongated cursive script you don't recognize. And we also got the location to the middle of nowhere. That's where he is. So you basically go there, you talk to Blakemore, you do something that I will not spoil, and you get the grimoire. Then what you can do is you come back here, you speak with this guy again, you tell him that you want him to relinquish control over to the First Mate Weller, you pass the first check for experience, you pass the second check for experience, but then you back off. You don't do the third one. Instead, what you do is you give him the book. He's gonna give you a reward and some money, I believe. And then later, after you are done with a certain part of the main quest, that book will also drop for you. So, in order to get the most experience, you just get the checks from here and get 3 checks from here. In order to get the most rewards, you get the checks from here, you get the book, you get the first 2 checks from here, and then you complete the quest by giving him the book. So I think I'm gonna go for just getting experience. I'm just trying to decide if I want to do it right now, or if I need to go to the mage before I finish the quest. I don't think it makes a difference, but I guess I'm gonna do that first anyway. In terms of experience, we are at 1,564,000. So this would give us a fair amount, but not enough to level up. Well, still very good.
I can see my destination.
In terms of the people that we spoke to bring them to our side, the Thieves Guild joined, the Bards joined, the Temple Guard joined, the Families joined, the City Guard joined. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to check if I missed something, but I think everyone has done. Yep, just confirmed it. Everything that could be done is done. Supposedly there should be a person over here in the port called Elora or something, but I'm not sure if I messed something up with her that she's not appearing, or if something different is going on, but in either case I don't have her as an option. But besides her, we have everything from everyone. So everybody that can join us will join us. You can also do this, by the way, without anybody joining. It's not gonna make too much of a difference. Right now, what I want to do is... Actually, there's loot over there. So I want to go over there. And I'm going around because I'm trying to avoid this entrance here, which I think is going to trigger a specific event.
Focus on the goal.
Oh yeah, over there. Okay. So I think I'm gonna stop the episode here. We're gonna leave this at the center of Pitax. In the next episode, we're gonna start by going near the Palace Hall's gate, where we're gonna have an encounter and where these people joining us will present themselves to help us out. After that, well, actually, sorry. No, I won't go for that. I'm actually gonna go outside. I'm gonna position properly before I forget what I want to do. I want to go outside to go for Blakemore to get the Grimoire, and only after that will I come here and go for the Pitax Palace Halls. So yeah, for now, my friends, will be the end of this episode. I want to thank you all for being here with me on the channel, watching some Pathfinder Kingmaker. If you have questions or suggestions, you know what to do. Leave a comment below. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for more. Many more videos coming out soon. It is also a free and easy way to support the channel. I hope to see you all in the next episode, and until then, stay safe, everyone.